How are you currently tracking your pre-approvals or the new borrowers that you've just taken an application on? And let me give a little bit of background on this because we all call it something different. I'm talking about you're at that stage where a referral partner has sent you a referral. You've actually taken a 1003 from a borrower, you've pulled credit, you've run AUS, and now they're out shopping for a home. And I bring this up to you because as I've been speaking with some MLOs over the last couple of weeks, there's been some learns. Like I recently had a loan officer that I do some coaching with who said, you know, just one day just like decided, hey, I'm going to go through and I'm going to call every pre-approval that I've done over the last couple of months. And one of the things that they found out was they had a borrower who had bought and financed through somebody else. And they had never made a follow-up phone call to see where that person was at. You see, sometimes we take for granted that just because we were the one that pulled credit and ran AUS, that they're definitely getting a loan with us, and that's not always going to be the case. Had another instance where where an LO did the same thing, starts reaching out to some borrowers they had pre-approved over the last couple of months or so to find out that they were about to miss out on a deal that they eventually won. And what they learned in making that phone call was they were under contract and they were starting to get their ducks in a row with another lender. Now, how do you keep track of that and how do you stay in front of it? Well, you know, for me here at Highland, one of the things I did was I wrote some campaigns through our CRM that are, let's just be honest, they're passive. And that passiveness means that we're just sending out emails or text messages or whatever. But if you're like me, you're getting a ton of emails every day, even if they're from a lender that you just spoke to, chances are you're not really looking at them. The reality is that you've got to be more active. You know, one of the things I think about all the time is like some of us, you know, maybe we use a notebook, right? And it's got a notebook here and, you know, you write some notes in it or whatever. The reality is this notebook, it can't tap you on the shoulder. What happens if you leave the notebook somewhere, you lose it? Maybe you just, you know, you wrote a ton of notes in it, but you didn't get back to it and read the notes that you went to yourself. So here's one of the things I want you to do is you've got to have an active way where you can be reminding yourself of the follow-up phone calls that you need to make as you're doing pre-approvals. Now, again, we have a CRM program here that we use just like probably every lender out there. And yes, it has all of that passive stuff to it. But one of the things that we've made sure that we've done is we've put some active things in it that our loan officers can execute so that they can make sure that they're staying in front of borrowers and the referral partners that referred them to them while they're in the shopping process. And what we found is that has had a pretty good increase in conversion. So I just want to remind you, what are you doing to make sure that you're following up? You work so hard to get these referrals. What do you make sure you're doing to follow up so that you can win every single deal? Hey, listen, I want to help you grow your mortgage business too. So if there's anything that you need, please know I'm always here to serve.